Hare Krishna. I will talk about Safala Ekadashi now. Yudhishthira Maharaja is asking, Krishna, let me know the details of Safala Ekadashi, which is coming in the Pausha month during Krishna Paksha, that is, after Paurnami, whichever Ekadashi is falling, after Purnima or Paurnami, whichever Ekadashi is falling, that is called Safala Ekadashi during the Pausha month. So Krishna is saying, among the vritas, among the all types of vritas, Ekadashi vrita is very, very auspicious. Ekadashi fasting is very auspicious among all the fasting. And among the rivers, Ganges is the best. Among the snakes, Sheshanaga is the best. Among the birds, Garuda is the best. So he keeps saying like this, and among sacrifices, Ashwamedha Yajna is the best. So on Safala Ekadashi, devotees should worship me by offering fresh fruits, whatever fruit is available you can offer, and then betel nuts and leaves, and different spices and nuts, like spices like cloves, cardamom, all this. And Krishna is saying, you should also stay awake during the Ekadashi night. And now he is telling the story. On all Ekadashi night, we are supposed to stay awake if possible, so that we will get the full benefit. So we want the full benefit, then we need to be awake also during the Ekadashi night. Once there was a city called Champavati. Krishna is telling this. In Champavati city, there lived a king called Mahishmata. He was ruling this Champavati, and he had 4 sons. The eldest son is Lumpaka, and Lumpaka has engaged in all types of sinful activities. Whatever is available in this world, sinful activities are available, all that he was doing. And he was trying to reduce the wealth of the king, his father Mahishmata. Because when you are doing in sinful activities like gambling and all, the wealth will be reduced gradually. And Lumpaka was very, very angry, and he was also abusing devatas, abusing brahmanas. So he was doing all these sinful activities, and king decided to send him to exile. That is, exile means he decided to send him out of the city, to send him to forest. So he is not supposed to enter the city. So this is the decision. And even the relatives of the king are so scared to even come for support of Lumpaka, because relatives also know how bad Lumpaka is, and also they are very scared of the king Mahishmata, so nobody came for his support. And being the elder son of the kingdom, he was so bad, and instead of being responsible, he was so bad, and he was sent to forest. He was sent to exile. And now what he is doing, he is very angry with his father and this citizens of that kingdom. So he decided, okay, you sent me, let me swindle the wealth of this kingdom at night, and daytime let me in the forest. But at night, definitely I will go to the city and swindle the money like a general thief. What the thief will do, like that he was doing, even though he was a prince, because he just want to take revenge. And the people know that at night who is swindling. They know, they have seen him, but they couldn't do anything about it because of the fear of the king Mahishmata. They were tolerating this Lumpaka. And one night, it was supposed to be a Dashami night. It is a rule that on Dashami, Ekadashi fasting starts at Dasami evening. It's starting at Dasami evening. So we are not supposed to eat anything by Dasami evening itself. Why it is so? So that the undigested food of the previous day will not remain on Ekadashi day. So not only eating, our stomach also should be clean. So to keep our stomach clean on Ekadashi night without grains, we should eat as early as possible on Dashami day itself, because Ekadashi is actually starting on Dashami evening only. And this many do not know, but to those whoever is listening, please observe fasting from Dashami night itself, so that the undigested food won't be on Ekadashi day. So your stomach should be clear. Hope you understand what I am saying. So on Dashami night, it's very, very cold. On that day was very, very cold, freezing cold, that he did not go for swindling the wealth of the kingdom. So night he used to go, no, generally, but that night he did not go because of the cold. He freezing cold. He was just sitting under the banyan tree. Here it's very important. Banyan tree, Lord Krishna, Lord Hari likes it very much. Among the trees, banyan tree and the pupil tree are the best trees. So the banyan tree is very, very auspicious, that he is under the tree. Unknowingly he is under the tree and he do not know about all this Ekadashi, Dashami, as he is a big sinner. And it was very cold, freezing cold. He did not move an inch. He did not hunt that night on Dashami day. He did not eat anything. And then the morning is coming. Ekadashi morning arrives. Still he couldn't move. His teeth are chattering. And it's due to cold. And then he did not move till Ekadashi midday. Safala Ekadashi midday. He's still at the same place, because he did not have strength. But as he did not eat from Dashami night, from Dashami evening, he did not eat anything. He is feeling very hungry, so he is moving. Slightly he is regaining the strength and moving away to see some fruits, because he don't have energy to hunt. So he did not kill anything on that day. And he is also not having the energy to pluck the fruits. So whatever fruits were fallen on the ground, that fruits he is collecting and coming to the same place under the banyan tree. And he just collected, and then he is just thinking 2-3 seconds about Lord Krishna. What type of life is this, Krishna? I am suffering like this. I don't even have a proper bedding to sleep. I am in freezing cold. Oh Lord, please, just, he never thinks about Lord, but that day, just for a few seconds, he thought about Lord because of the extreme cold. Out of frustration, he thought, what is this, Krishna? Like that he was lamenting, and he thought, okay, accept this fruit, Krishna, like that he was thinking in his mind. Then that night, Ekadashi night also, he did not sleep. Because of the freezing cold, he did not sleep. Then the Dwadashi day is arriving, Dwadashi morning. And Lord Krishna, just because he thought about him for just few seconds and offered him the fruits, and also he observed the whole Safala Ekadashi fasting unknowingly, here underline this word unknowingly, he got the full benefit of the fasting, because Lord is so merciful that he gave him the full benefit of fasting. And he is sending the horse, and oracle is coming from the sky. He is hearing the divine voice that you have observed Safala Ekadashi fasting, your all the sins have been eradicated. So just ride on this horse, go to your kingdom, you will get the kingdom back. So he is so happy that he is just getting on the horse, riding the horse to the city. He is meeting his father. By seeing him with a big change, he is welcoming him. He is giving the kingdom to his elder son Lumpaka, and then he is going to Vanaprastha. Lumpaka, by God's grace, he is getting a beautiful wife, and she is getting a beautiful, good-hearted son. And Lumpaka is ruling the kingdom for a very long time. So just because he observed this Ekadashi unknowingly, just thought Lord for a few seconds, Lord became very happy and he is blessing him with all this. So, what if we are observing this Ekadashi with full heart, knowingly, and we can imagine the benefit. And what Krishna is telling, those who is even hearing these glories of Safala Ekadashi will get the benefit which is equal to Rajasuya Yajna. So please share this also. Let them also get, your friends and relatives also get the benefit of doing Rajasuya Yajna just by hearing this. This story is in Bhavishya Uttara Purana. Hare Krishna, hope you enjoyed the story. So please observe this Ekadashi fasting and let it start from Dasami evening itself. Hare Krishna.